Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be a this or that, which will go. But if you want to get right into the video, go ahead and go to this timestamp right here, because you know I got some things to say. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone that purchased perfumes from my last declutter. That declutter was going to some of my bills with Lucky. And I also want to say thank you to those who reached out for donations. Of course, I didn't take them. It was just I wanted to do something nice. I wanted to not take any of the monies that I earned for perfume hauls for that particular time period, because I have hauled perfumes, and put it towards, you know, some of his bills. I want to say thank you everyone who sent me nice messages and everything. He's responding really well to his steroid medication. So right now, we're just taking it day by day. He has tumors, he has 2 masses, and he could be here weeks, months, even a few years. We don't know. All we know is that he's responded to his meds. He is pretty much back to normal. He still feels vulnerable around Oliver, so our house is still kind of an obstacle course, but he enjoys his walks. He looks forward to eating. He is still Lucky. He's just a little slower than usual. So I did want to give you guys an update and say thank you for that. And then I wanted to take you guys, after this video, I am going to be doing my room tour, my setup, now that I hauled and I let go of. I did one more round of really looking at my collection and seeing what I have a lot of the same and kind of deciding which of what I'm going to let go of. So what I learned in 2020 is that when I get excited about a scent, I tend to, depending on the scent, and if I hear rumors of it being discontinued, I'll buy backups and all that. And honestly, there are so many perfumes that I probably wouldn't repurchase. I will love them while they're here, and there's always going to be something similar and newer. So I did go ahead and let go of anything that is like a backup. I did let go of anything that vibes similar, and I'm also going to be better about not keeping flankers that smell very similar. So kind of surprised myself with this declutter. I'm more excited to stop buying perfumes from the past. I think I did that in 2020, and I'm realizing I really am excited about new releases. So my next haul is newer releases. Most of them but one is like 2021 releases. This is a channel where I will be rotating perfumes in and out, and this is my hobby, and it's fun, and it's what I do on the side. This is more of my fragrance journey. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's start with 2 perfumes that are already gone. I gave them to my mom, and I'm gonna pop up the pictures because I can't find the one I ended up keeping, but I did end up letting go of Miss Dior's Absolutely Blooming. And I only picked this one up because people said it was the closest to Miss Dior's Shetty. But I got Fragranza's Señorita Miel, which I have a mess in my room. So I am going to be keeping that one, and I did let go of this one, and my mom already has it. Another one that I passed on to my mom is Versace Eros Parfum de Eau de Toilette. And I decided to keep my Versace Eros Parfum de Eau de Parfum. Now, these 2 smell very similar, but I would say the Eau de Toilette is a little bit more fruity, juicy, and this one's more, I would say, unisex and has more of a woodsy dry down, which I prefer. I know that one, the Eau de Toilette, is a little bit more likable. Like, my mom liked both, but she liked the fruitiness from the Eau de Toilette. I just really loved the Eau de Parfum. And they actually both perform very well. Even the Eau de Toilette, I would just say that this scent is a little bit different. So I did end up keeping this, and I let go of that one. So 2 more citrus scents that I was kind of going over and deciding which one I was going to keep is my Versace Yellow Diamond and my Roberto Cavalli Paradiso. This one kind of vibes a little bit like Eros Parfum, but this one is a little bit more floral to my nose and a little bit more feminine, whereas I find Eros Parfum, the Eau de Parfum, is just a little bit more grown to me. And They vibe similar, so that was one reason. And then I did just recently get this from my girl Amber, and this one's kind of a different take on citrus. It has, I think, a note of pine needle in here. Yeah, it's not like any of the citruses that I own, so I'm really looking forward to revisiting and playing with this one in summer, because I haven't really had a chance to wear it, but it's different from what I have. So I am going to be passing on this one, and I'm going to be keeping this one. And then next up, if you saw my coconuts video, you kind of probably already know that this was coming, but I have two here that are coconut perfumes, and we have Ariana Grande's Cloud and Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. I'm going to be keeping my Cloud and passing on Thank You Next, and that's only because I got the travel and it just smells different. Like this one, yeah, there is something extremely clean in this one. Again, I will say this until the end of time. I get lavender in this one even though it's not listed, but I don't like the way the lavender is in here. The lavender in here to me goes, it's more airy and fluffy and sweet, whereas this is a cloying sweet with a very clean lavender note to my nose, even though they don't list it. And I liked the travel because it was more of a sweet, spicy coconut. And even though I do get the spiciness in this one, it just smells, there's something in my bottle that smells extremely like a synthetic lavender note in it. So I am going to be keeping this one and letting go of that one. I am finally going to be letting go of my Viva La Juicy Gold Couture. And this was in a declutter, and it made its way back in because my homegirl Takara gave me an amazing layering combo. So if you have Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One and this one, they smell amazing together. But I have been wearing my Dolce & Gabbana The Only One on its own because I just love that orange blossom kind of coffee combo. And I've been neglecting this again. And then when I want kind of that caramel sweet, I've been reaching for my Victor & Rolf Bonbon. And it's not a scent that I want all the time. And I have a 1 ounce of the Victor & Rolf, and this is 100 ml. So I'm going to be keeping that one and letting go of this one. All right, moving right along. Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. And I enjoy both of these scents. There's nothing wrong with any of the scents I'm letting go of. This is why I did it this or that style, because I actually love all of these perfumes, but I can't keep them all. So if I'm reaching for one over the other, I want to pass on one and keep the other. So here are my Jimmy Choo. And I think you can tell which one I use. And that is because this one is extremely patchouli heavy. So I can only wear this one in the cold. And if there's one thing I'm learning is if I enjoy a dark scent, I need to get the smallest bottle possible, especially if it's a scent that I'm gonna wanna wear in winter. So this might one day find its way back to me if I see it at its steal at a very small bottle, but I'm not gonna keep this bottle so it can waste. This is huge and I'm never gonna get through this. Whereas this one, I do reach for over this one. This one's fruitier. It has pear. I don't know if there's patchouli in here, but it's not, this is a very patchouli heavy scent. That's another thing. I really love this scent for the first 4 hours, and then once it gets to the last, you know, the base notes, it is more of a patchouli scent. It's like you're wearing pure patchouli, which patchouli doesn't bother me. When it's that strong, I can only wear it in cold months, and we don't get that many cold months in Florida. So this humongous bottle is just gonna go to waste. But again, if I ever see this in a travel or something small on sale, I would pick it up. It's a beautiful scent. I did try layering these and they smelled gorgeous together. But again, I'm reaching for the EDT over the EDP. So I'm gonna be keeping this one and letting go of that one. Okay, my Narciso Rodriguez for her. So I could be biased, but I've always preferred the Eau de Toilette over the Eau de Parfum. I will say that the Eau de Parfum is a little bit more likable. I think this one's rose. It's a little softer. But I have a travel of this and that will suit my needs. No sense in keeping this when I am wearing this one over that one. I just find this one more unique. This was my wedding scent 10 years ago, so that's another reason why I want to keep this one. But again, they're similar. I just find this one a little bit more unique. So I'm going to be letting go of this one and keeping that one. So here's another one I'm going to be letting go of, and that is La Nuit Tresor Nude. And I'm going to be keeping other coconut scents in my collection that I prefer, and this is just one that I'm learning this style of coconut isn't for me. It's more of a sweet coconut. If you enjoy like sweet vanilla coconuts, you will really love this scent. It's not a bad scent. I'm just learning I like more fresh coconuts or tropical, like coconuts with like a fruitiness to it, or more of like just something else to kind of balance the scent out. I don't like sweet coconut, and that is what this one and my thank you next is. So I'm going to be passing this one on and keeping the ones that I recently talked about in my coconuts video, which if you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. Okay, let's go over a couple backups. Well, not backups, but I'll explain. So I do have, this is Angels Au Croisier, and I do have 2 bottles of this. I will not get into how I ended up with 2 bottles, but I have 2. There's no sense in keeping 2, especially when I want to haul other perfumes like the new Mugler 2021. So I am going to be keeping 1 and letting go of the others. There's no sense in having 2. I'm really going to stop with backups. If a perfume is being discontinued and I love it, I'll try to get the bigger size, but I'm going to really try and be good about not keeping backups, because chances are I'm gonna get tired of the perfume. There are only a handful of perfumes that I repurchase. Okay, and then this is Angel Eau de Parfum and Angel Muse. But again, these are perfumes that I only wear in the few times that it's cold here in Florida. So I actually they're boxed, and when I go through my room, I'll show them to you, but they're like half ounces. So these are 30 mils and they're like a little over 15 mils. They're like adorable little versions of these, and they're refillable. So if I really want to get the scent again, I will refill them. I'm gonna be letting go of these just because I feel like that's gonna be enough to get me through a couple of winters. So these are still staying in my collection, but I'm gonna be keeping my smaller bottles. And then this next one is more that I have too much of this note, and that is cherry. Cherry is a note that I have to be in the mood for. So this past winter and at night, I'm noticing that I'm reaching for 2 scents, two fragrances that have cherry, and I haven't even looked at this perfume this past winter. I did wear it in fall, and when I was going through it, I figured, okay, you have too many dark cherry scents. You need to let go of one of them, and if you feel the need that you need it back, then just get it back in your collection. So I decided to let go of Black Perfecto by La Petite Noire. And I really enjoy this scent. Again, I'm not letting go of it because it's bad. I know I'm not going to reach over it now that I got Scandal by Night. I acquired this one after I got this one, and yeah, no, I keep reaching for this one. And then another one, I don't know if there's cherry in here, but it does smell like there's cherry in here, is Naveres Parfums Absolution. Yeah, goodness. So I just know that these are my dark nighttime cherries. Like, this isn't something I would wear during the day. And I have 2 large bottles. So I don't want, again, I don't want perfume sitting there. So nothing wrong with this one, but I have too many of that style, and when going through them, this is the one that I was like, no, I'm gonna let go of this one, and if I miss it that much, you could just always get it. But I don't think I'm going to. I really love those 2, and again, I picked those 2 up after. All right, winding down. Okay, I am going to be letting go of my Roberto Cavalli Gemma de Paradiso. And this is just because this smells very similar to other perfumes in my collection. This smells very similar to Good Girl, which I prefer. And I actually stopped reaching for Good Girl so that I could try and put a dent. But if you guys watch my videos, you know that I'm not crazy about the opening of this perfume, my Killian Rolling in Love, which is another perfume that falls in this scent profile, and then also my Fragranza Love Whisperer. They all fall in this kind of scent family, and I have too much of it. This one I enjoy the dry down, but that's too many with that off-putting opening. I don't need that many. This just opens up real smoky to my nose. And I like the way this opens from beginning to end. This is a perfume that I enjoy and Dennis enjoys. So I love when I enjoy a perfume that Dennis also enjoys, because there's not many. So I'm going to be keeping my Good Girl, and I'm going to be letting go of my Roberto Cavalli. Again, nothing wrong with these scents. I love them all. I don't want to keep them all. So those are the perfumes I'm definitely letting go of. And that, let's count how many that was. That's 12. That's pretty good. So 12 more that are going. And I have a haul coming. Now I'm going to go over perfumes that I'm going to be revisiting, because some of them are going to shock you. Again, I want to be more about keeping what I want to reach for and passing on what I'm not. So first up is my Mon Paris. The original's not going nowhere. I love this one. I love, love, love this one. I also like my Floral because it's more of a fresh take. But this is more of a nighttime to me. Like, I know some people wear this one during the day, but this just has a booziness that I prefer at night. The difference between this is I want to say this has like a rose, and this one's more jammy. So this is more of a sweet jammy, and this is more of a boozy floral. More of a boozy floral and more of a jammy rose. So I'm going to be revisiting this one because I want the flankers to be different enough that I'm going to reach for both. So this one is up on the chopping block because I've worn this one and it does not top this at all. Another one that is up on the chopping block is my La Vie Belle Intense, and that's only because I got the L'Absolu, and I also heard someone compare this to This Is Her. So I'm going to be spraying them and seeing if they're too similar, because if they are, then I'm going to be keeping This Is Her because I love the sandalwood in that one, and I will end up passing this one on. So I am going to be revisiting this one as well. And then another one that's going to shock you guys is my YSL. So you know that this is my baby. This has quickly become a top for me, but I like this because it's unique, and this one is more of the likable version. And I did wear this one in fall, but spoiler, I recently picked up the new Eau de Toilette. And if there's one thing that I realized about the YSL is when they do flankers, I feel like they do it so that you get the one that's right for you, because they are very similar. Like, I started playing with them and I'm going to do a very detailed review, and at the end of the day, this one has my heart. It's just the lavender note that a lot of people don't like is what I love about this perfume. It's unique to me, and I will say that the Intense and the new Eau de Toilette are going to be the more likable one. I like that this one's different and kind of loud, so I kind of want just a different one in my collection. So I am more than likely going to be finally passing this on, and then I'll go over the Eau de Toilette with you in my video. But I'm going to be doing that video very soon, but that's another one that I'm going to be testing out because it's probably going to be leaving my collection soon. Let's go over my scent of the day, and that is Versace Versance. So I wanted to keep it very casual today. So I woke up this morning and saw my girl Julie had posted about this perfume, and she got it because I've mentioned it and Emmy's World of Fragrance has mentioned it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna wear that today. So I put it on, I went for a walk with my mom, and then I took a shower and I popped it back on because it's just a really nice kind of fresh lime white floral scent. Beautiful, clean, easy, very good. So let me know what your scent of the day is below. I did want to show you guys this bag because I'm feeling really 80s today. If you guys don't know, I'm an 80s baby, a 90s kid, and my sister got me the coolest bag, and I just gotta share it. So first I'm gonna show you, and if you know, then you know. And then I'll reveal what it is for those who don't know. But she got me this cool bag from her job. I don't know if you guys can tell just by looking at the bag what this is, but I mean, how cool is this bag? You can wear it like this if you're gonna go to brunch with the ladies, or you can, it does have straps, so it can be worn as like a crossbody, which is what I prefer. But I had to show off this bag, and I mean, I don't know if you guys can see the detail, but it's got like green stitching. Oh my goodness. And then super excited for the world to return a little bit normal, because it's still not, so that I can rock this bag. I had this all black summer dress, and I can't wait to put that on and rock this bag. So I just had to talk about this bag real quick. But these are the perfumes that I'm reaching for, one over the other. And again, I love all these perfumes, but I can't keep them all. I want to continue to bring in new fragrances, review here, let you guys know what I like, and I would still recommend these perfumes. If you ask me about these two, I would say, well, if you want more of like a boozy white floral, go for this one. But if you want something a little more sweet, maybe a little more of a jammy rose, go for this one. I will recommend these because they're both great. I rather keep the one I know I'm gonna reach for. So let me know in the comments below, were there any of these where you would have done the opposite? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.